Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're listening to College Cash Corner, the podcast that's for our MCC Thunderbirds and is all about personal finance. I'm your host, Tara, and I'm thrilled to be joined by my amazing co-hosts, Victor and Natalia.
Hey everyone, my name is Victor Rowe, but you just call me Victor, and I'm excited to dive into the world of personal finance with you all.
Hi everyone, Natalia here. I'm an international student majoring in sustainability and MCC. I can't wait to share some valuable insights and tips to help you manage your money during your college years and beyond.
And I'm Tara Baker, the Financial Literacy Coordinator at MCC. My interest and passion for financial literacy started many years ago. What I learned along the way, as well as what I'm still learning, has had such a profoundly positive impact on my life. I'm excited to support the MCC Thunderbirds with practical, personal finance information. We are here today to introduce a few things: the College Cash Corner podcast, financial literacy in general, and the three of us, the financial literacy team. And so, Victor and Natalia, let's start by defining financial literacy in our own words. Victor, do you want to take a shot at it first?
In my opinion, financial literacy is the understanding/knowledge of many financial concepts used to build skills to manage your money and make good decisions.
For me, financial literacy is about giving people the financial training to make smart decisions with the resources and they earn.
All right. And I think financial literacy is just basically money know how, like how to manage your own money, what to do with it, how to make good choices with it. All right. Thanks. And why is understanding personal finances so important? Natalia, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, this question reminds me this phrase of don't let the money control you. Because at the end of the day, if you don't have a general understanding of your finance, you can find yourself controlled by the money when you are looking for exactly the opposite, where you should be the one who is taking decisions over the money and have that freedom.
Well, for me, like I said on my last point, it helps build skills to manage and make good decisions with your money. So, yeah.
All right. For me, understanding personal finance is brings people freedom. I think the ultimate goal for most people is to become financially independent. So you no longer have to work for your money. Your money then works for you. And now let's talk about the personal finance topics we think are most important and why. Natalia, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, definitely for me, savings. You never know what is going to happen in life. Personally, I can get really stressed if I don't have a good amount of money on my saving account because I feel vulnerable of over the situations that life can come.
All right, Victor?
For me, I have two. It is credit cards and insurances because when people think of these topics, they think they know what they are, but in reality, they don't know the full picture, like how many credit cards there are, like and insurances as well. And now each have pros and cons to them, and it's better to know the overall gist of the credit cards and insurances instead of just knowing what the actual definition is. So yeah.
All right. Um, I think I think budgeting is the most important. In my experience, I feel like everything just comes back to budgeting, right? When I ask myself, can I save up a certain amount of money for something I want to purchase? If I look at my budget, I can determine how long it'll take me to save that, and if I am able to save towards something like that, or how much money do I need in order to retire, right? Well, if I have a budget figured out and I know how I spend my money and where I spend my money, that determines the number that I have to get to in order to retire. That brings me to say that one, probably the most important for me, in my opinion, is budgeting. All right. Let's move on to another question. So, the financial literacy program and team, we provide workshops, presentations, events, one on one mentoring, free access to Cash Course, and other personal finance resources on the MCC Financial Literacy website. And now we're adding the podcast series. Why do you think this podcast is important? What makes our podcast different? Victor, what's your take on this?
For the first question, I say the knowledge you'll gain from this podcast, that's why it is important. And the second question to answer is why is it different from the rest? Well, it focuses on college students, meaning we have a picture of what financial standpoint they are in, and we could help them out better than the rest.
All right.
For me, I think this podcast is different because our team is formed by MCC students, but also a person who has the knowledge about finance in an empirical way. To answer the second question about what what you can learn about this is I can think about myself doing this project. Making this podcast has taught me a lot about my personal finance, from my personality to the best way I can invest. And I really enjoy researching about all of these topics because it's going to involve in my future. And I hope all MCC students have a great time listening and learn something about it.
All right. Good. I think this podcast is important because for a couple different reasons. One, by listening to a podcast, you can be doing other things. And let's face it, we're all busy, right? So we can be listening about personal finance and about financial literacy topics and then be doing chores, right? Maybe it'll make your chores a little bit more enjoyable. Who knows? Um, and I agree with what was said about what makes the podcast different, being that two people are current MCC students, and then where my background with my financial literacy is, I've experienced it. I experienced the need for it over the past many years. So I'm living it too, as well as everybody else. Oh, great. Thank you. So let's get a little bit more personal and discuss how financial literacy has affected each of us so far. So let's talk about spending money. What do you like to spend money on and why? Victor?
Well, for me, I kind of did a money track before this, so I kind of know where my money is going to and what I like to spend my money on, and that is on food because it brings me happiness, and I just like the taste of food in general.
Nice. And Natalia, what do you like to spend money on?
I cannot agree more. Food is amazing, and I also consider myself a food lover, so I think also I like to spend money on that. But as a short term goal, I think more as a long term goal, I'm more likely to spend on experience. I prefer save a little bit of money if that's going to bring me a good experience with friends.
Yeah. I looked at my spending recently too, and mine's also experiences. Um Trips and not big trips. I like to go on lots of little trips because I feel like I get more out of that. One of the things that my family does right now is camping. So I like to spend my money on experiences and also maybe materials for those experiences. So like I'll spend a good amount of money on camping gear because I also want to be comfortable while we camp. Um, so good. All right. And then so the opposite of that, what are some things that you're saving for? Natalia, let's start with you. What's on your savings radar?
Well, right now I'm on my second year, so I'm really looking for transferring to a university. So my main goal right now is save enough money to transfer to the university.
All right. And Victor?
Well, I kind of finished two of my goals already, which was one of them was to save for a new console, which is an Xbox One X, and then the other one was to save for the trip that I'm going to this week. But as of right now, I'm focusing on my long term goal, which is the same as Natalia's for university. So yeah.
All right. And your gaming console, since you finished that, did you already get it or are you about to get it?
Oh yeah, I ordered it. I'm gonna get this what is it, Wednesday? Tomorrow.
Nice. Nice. All right. I'm currently saving for a truck. So I have a very old car that needs to be replaced soon. And with my family's activities, such as camping, we feel that having a truck would be a whole lot easier than having our four-door car to, I've really gotten good at Tetris, trying to fit everything into the car. So, but it'd be nice to just kind of throw things into the bed of a truck and be like, all right, let's go. Oh, all right. And then another question here. So, related to the spending and saving money, would you rather save money or spend money? I'll let whoever wants to start with this one.
I guess I could start first. For me, if I had the money, I'll spend money. But if I don't, like in my current state right now, I'll save money. That's
Yeah.
my standpoint.
All right, Natalia, would you rather save money or spend money?
I think it's a balance, but usually I spend more money than what I can save. But also, I think it's because this moment of life doesn't allow me to save that much amount of money as I wish. But I really like to spend money too, so I think it's more spending.
I This is a hard one for me. I think now in the part of my life I'm in right now, I'd rather spend the money, right? But it's hard for me because I spent so many years saving and I felt I got pretty good at it. But then there comes a point where I needed to spend some money too, right? And I just have to be careful because my spending money can get out of control. And I know this about myself and I know it can get out of control fairly quickly. So I say I'd rather spend the money, but I know I need to save too. All right. And finally, my last question for the two of you um, is if you were told that you could have a service or product for the rest of your life and you would never have to pay for it at all, what service or product would you choose?
Well, my dream will be transportation, free transportation everywhere, because I think I'm not just talking about to go to school or go to the supermarket. I'm talking about to travel around the world. I think it should be amazing. It would be amazing if the transportation was something free.
Not bad. For me, it'll be a mansion. It considers as a product because it's a physical object. So if I have a mansion, I don't have to worry about paying bills or anything like that. And I could focus my money on more other stuff like traveling or paying for a car or whatever it may be.
And as part of that mansion, would the utilities be covered also?
I'm assuming so.
Oh,
Hopefully.
okay. That would have to be part of the deal. All right. I would have a personal chef that would make all of my meals, all of them, and all of put together any kind of snacks and desserts or whatever. And they would also have to be I would want like a knowledgeable person who knows a lot about health. And so all of my meals would be healthy and I wouldn't have to think about it. I'd even do the grocery shopping for them. They just have to put it all together. So, and meal plan. All right. Do you two have anything any final thoughts, anything you'd like to share before we wrap up?
Well, I would like to say to all of our listeners that really give you the chance to question yourself about what we're talking right now. What are your thoughts and what is your position about this? Because we're going to talk more about this in the next episodes.
Yeah, same what Natalia said. Just take all the knowledge we give to you because it's really important to know your financial standpoint and financial the financial topic in general.
So let's share some important details with our listeners. College Cash Corner podcast episodes will be released each month starting in October. This will be a great way to kick off financial planning month. You can find them on MCC's Financial Literacy YouTube channel as well as on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere you find your favorite podcasts.
That's right, Tara. We will be covering a wide range of personal finance topics related to budgeting, paying for college, transferring to university, credit, paying off debt, savings, investing, and much more. Plus, we will be tutoring and interviewing with experts, faculty, and staff around MCC, and even MCC students who will share their own financial journey and lessons learned.
We also want to know what personal finance topics the listeners are interested in and who they would like to hear from in interviews. So, Thunderbirds, please leave a comment to tell us and don't miss out, guys. Subscribe to College Cash Corner or Triple C and let us know this exciting financial literacy journey together.
And in the meantime, you don't have to wait to learn about personal finance. The financial literacy team is here to provide support and resources to MCC students on their journey to improving and maintaining their financial knowledge. You can find us on MCC's financial aid website by clicking on the financial literacy section on the left side. There, you can schedule a one-on-one appointment with us, access a free cash course account, stay informed about upcoming workshops and events, and explore additional financial resources that are available to you. Well, that wraps up our introduction to College Cash Corner podcast series. We can't wait to share valuable insights, practical tips with all of you. Thanks for tuning into College Cash Corner, and remember, financial literacy is the key to unlocking your personal finance superpowers. Take care.